But ladies and gentlemen, call the Lakers. That is what LeBron James told agent Rich Paul as he boarded a plane to take a month-long trip around Europe. LeBron James has officially joined the Los Angeles Lakers. He signs a 4-year, $154 million deal with a player option in year 4. Now, obviously, this changes the entire spectrum of the NBA and shifts the balance of power completely to the Western Conference. It is so interesting to see LeBron James signing a 4-year deal with the Lakers. This is a long-term commitment. This isn't just something that he's going there to do a 1-year deal on a 1-year deal and see what happens. No, no, no. This is a full commitment to the city of Los Angeles and to the Lakers as a whole. LeBron James is here to stay in Los Angeles, and it gives the Lakers a chance to really build around him. Now, multiple reports have claimed that he's told the Lakers that he is in no rush to win a finals with them and that he wants them to actually build a legitimate team around him, which we'll obviously get into more and more as we go with how this affects the Kawhi Leonard trade and what are the players they could sign. But a good contract for LeBron. He does get the 4-year max. It's interesting that he went with only 4 years at $154 million. Obviously, someone like a Chris Paul got 4 years, $160 with the Houston Rockets. So not the most amount of money that LeBron James could have signed for, but still a very impressive contract. Nonetheless, he will be making $41 million when he is at the spry age of 37 years old, watching LeBron James Jr. graduate from Sierra Canyon High School. But I will say this, Lakers fans, as of this morning, they look pretty pleased. They are outside Staples Center doing stuff like this. They're loading up the baby powder, getting to throw it up in the air, LeBron James style. Great to see Lakers fans so happy, or isn't it detestful to see Lakers fans so happy? Just kidding. We're all Lakers fans this morning, especially because LeBron James going to the Lakers is so good for the NBA as a whole. This is literally as if Tom Brady signed with the Dallas Cowboys. There are very few times in the history of sports when you have the sport's biggest player join the sport's biggest team. It is such a huge moment for basketball as a whole and a huge moment for the NBA going forward, who have a real adventure ahead of them in trying to maximize this opportunity as a league. Because, look, LeBron James on the Lakers, just from a global standpoint, is so unbelievably huge for the NBA raising its reputation and gaining as many fans as possible. I also think this is huge for LeBron as a brand. I mean, going to LA, rubbing elbows with the rest of the celebrities of Hollywood, maybe getting some movie deals, his other business interests, his agency is out there as well, Clutch Sports. So a lot of different angles for LeBron James in Los Angeles, not to mention the most important one, his family. Now, a lot of the time we reported with this, LeBron James going to Lakers thing, we've reported that his family was such a big impact on where he was going to go next. And we've seen that this move to LA really does involve his family more so than anything else. It allows his kids to go to some of the great high schools that Los Angeles offers. It gives them an official place to stay. No more traveling, no more threat of changing teams. The James family is settling in Los Angeles, and that is where they will stay. And for the Lakers, obviously, this is massive because it puts them back into the spotlight. It restores the franchise to the previous heights that it is known and loved. It gives the fan base something to be excited for this year. And also, it now allows the Lakers to become the #1 free agent destination in the NBA. It is no longer the Warriors. It is no longer the Rockets or the Celtics. The Los Angeles Lakers are back, baby, and that is so good for the NBA. I'm saying this as a Celtics fan. You always want the Lakers to be relevant. The more relevant the Lakers are, the more relevant the NBA is, and the more chaotic things get in basketball as a whole. It is so great to see the Lakers and just the energy and momentum that is around the franchise right now. There are a lot of Lakers haters out there. I know, trust me, I've been one for my entire life rooting against the Lakers. But when LeBron goes there, you have to be excited. It is one of the best possible things that the NBA could have asked for. And I will say this, we have seen a remarkable amount of non-hatred towards LeBron for this move. I think everyone just kind of understood it was time, and there are more things at play in his life now than just, winning basketball games. But obviously, that is still the point of the NBA. And if you look at our title odds here, the Warriors still at number 1, -110 to win the NBA title, which obviously very unsurprising. Got the Lakers moving up to second, tied with the Celtics at +350 to win the NBA title. The Rockets there are +700, and the 76ers at +1400. Very interesting to see the Lakers jumping up so high. +350 is absolutely outrageous. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. Is Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and LeBron James, plus Lance Stevenson and JaVale McGee, the second best team in basketball? I don't really think so. I think the Rockets right now are still better than the Lakers. They have the MVP, and they got Chris Paul. I understand that LeBron James is now in the Lakers, but I just think the team is a little bit too young right now. But I will say this. I'm very proud of the Cleveland Cavaliers fans. They're really taking this in stride. We have a great video to show you guys. Cavs fans reacting the right way. No lighting jerseys on fire. None of this stuff. Just thank you, LeBron James. And that is what every single Cavs fan should be saying this morning. Thank you, LeBron. Thank you for everything that you've done for our franchise. Thank you for what you've done for the city of Cleveland. The dude is building public schools out of his own pocket. There's no more time to be angry at LeBron James or to be spiteful over him leaving again. It was time. His relationship with the franchise has completely devolved. His life has changed so much since he came back to Cleveland. It is time for him to enter the twilight years of his career. And if he wants to spend that in Los Angeles with the Lakers, all the power to LeBron James. It makes the league better. It makes the West better. It makes everything more competitive and more exciting. And I am so for this move. I was for the move when it first got reported a year ago by Kevin O'Connor with The Ringer, and I'm for it today. This is so good for the average basketball fan. You're going to see a lot of LeBron James and the Lakers on national television next year. If you're in Los Angeles right now, it is going to be impossible to get Lakers tickets now. My buddy got Lakers Celtics tickets last year, 6 rows back from the court for $150. Those tickets are about to be $2,000 a pop, baby, if not more. Those Lakers tickets are about to become the hottest ticket in town. And if you're trying to go watch LeBron with the Lakers, there's going to be a waiting list outside of Staples for 2 years. It is impossible to get these tickets now. I am stunned. I am absolutely stunned by how expensive these Lakers tickets are going to be. Season tickets are going to be through the roof. The waiting list is going to be crazy on this. I can't wait to see people going crazy over Game 1 of LeBron James in Staples Center. That is going to be one of the most expensive basketball non-NBA Finals tickets in the history of the NBA. But check out the Lakers lineup with LeBron. Obviously, slotting him over in that small forward position. This is an interesting one. Obviously, there's multiple different lineups that you can mix and match with the Lakers. Lonzo Ball, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, the Lakers picked up last night as well. Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, obviously LeBron James over there on the left. And then you see the Lakers bench. They add Lance Stevenson and JaVale McGee. By the way, just want to say this. I called Lance Stevenson on NBA Weekly last night after LeBron James broke. People asked me, oh, Harris, what are some players the Lakers could add? I instantly pointed to Lance Stevenson because he is a great fit on this Lakers team and just makes them so much fun. I want to kind of take a step back here to kind of, temper people's expectations with this Lakers team. They are going to make this team incredibly fun. That doesn't mean this team is going to be incredibly good, but that means that the Lakers are going to add people like JaVale McGee and Lance Stevenson to make this team more fun and more entertaining. Because this team is going to be all over national television next year in terms of nationally televised games, highlights, topics, headlines. Everyone's going to be talking about the Lakers. So why not make them a super fun team and add JaVale McGee and Lance Stevenson as well? They did also bring in Mo Wagner, who they drafted 25th overall. They officially have him under contract for next season. So this Lakers team, just from a basketball standpoint, a good amount of bigs who can shoot, a lot of length on this team as well, decent perimeter defense. I think they still are looking for another star on this team. I wouldn't be surprised if they obviously try to make a move for Kawhi Leonard and replace Brandon Ingram with him. So we'll see what this Lakers lineup looks like as we get forward. We'll have a couple more for you when we add 5 players the Lakers could add this summer. But I don't know from you guys, now that LeBron is on the Lakers, which player is the GOAT? Is it LeBron or is it Jordan? I've said this multiple times. As of right now, it is still Michael Jordan. By the end of his career, it will be LeBron James. And in order sometimes to officially be known as the GOAT, you gotta take a risk. And LeBron James is making a king-sized risk by going to the Los Angeles Lakers for the last couple years of his career. I think it'll end up working out well for him, but for now, we will see what happens with LeBron James and the Lakers. The Cam Rogers Show is presented to you today by Autolist. Driving a car is fun. Car shopping should be too. Go to Autolist.com or download their top-rated apps for iPhone or Android. All right, everyone, so we just went through LeBron James. Now let's talk about how this affects the NBA as a whole. Because, look, we know that the West is the better conference than the East. We've known this for a while. But now LeBron moving to the West has taken this to a whole nother level. Here's the list of players in both conferences who have made an All-NBA first team. So let's start with the West. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, DeAndre Jordan, Marc Gasol, Dirk Nowitzki, Derrick Rose, Damian Lillard. Those are the players in the Western Conference alone who have made an All-NBA first team, okay? Here are the players in the East that have made an All-NBA first team. That's it. Joakim Noah. He's the only player in the Eastern Conference as of right now to have made an All-NBA first team since the start of the Warriors run in 2014. That is absolutely outrageous. Now, Dwight Howard is not listed because obviously he doesn't have a team yet, so if he ends up in the East, then we can add him there, but it certainly seems like he might be joining the Warriors anyway. So the balance of power, obviously we knew it was leaning towards the West, but nothing like this. This is absolutely outrageous. The Western Conference may be, as of right now, the greatest conference in the history of basketball going into a season. So obviously with LeBron going to the Lakers, it kind of changes up how the standings are going to be for next year. So let's go through my Western Conference rankings with LeBron now on the Lakers. Still got the Warriors at 1, got the Rockets at 2. I still don't think LeBron and the Lakers makes them better than the Warriors or the Rockets. They still got a lot of fixing to do with that roster. It is not championship ready as of right now. At number 4, I got the Utah Jazz. I love what they're doing. I think the Jazz are going to be a really good team next year. Got the Thunder at 5. And then let's go to the back half of the West. The Blazers at 6, the Spurs at 7, the T-Wolves at 8. And then here are the non-playoff teams in the West. The Nuggets I have missing the playoffs. The Pelicans I have missing the playoffs. The Clippers I have missing out. The Suns I have missing out. And the Mavericks. The West goes 13 teams deep over who could legitimately make the playoffs next year. 13 teams. That is absolutely outrageous. I have never seen anything like this in my entire life. 13 possible playoff teams in one conference? Are you kidding me? That is absolutely insane. And the Western Conference is going to be a war zone next year. The East, not so much. You got the Celtics at 1, obviously. The Sixers at 2. If the Raptors don't blow it up, they'll stay at number 3 for me. I got the Pacers at 4. The Bucks coming in at number 5. I got the Wizards as my 6th seed. This is my last ever opportunity that I'm giving the Washington Wizards to actually do something and not completely screw it up. Because they're going to screw it up. They're going to mess up something next season, or someone will get injured, and I'm going to look like an idiot. At number 7, I have the Pistons. I like what they're doing, and I like them bringing in Dwayne Casey. I think they're a playoff team next year. At 8, I got the Heat. At 9, I got the Knicks, not a playoff team yet. And at 10, I got the Cavs. I think the Cavs without LeBron James are not a playoff team. Plus, I still think the Cavs are going to blow it up anyway. Do not be surprised if Kevin Love gets traded over the next couple of weeks. Next, and the final half of the East, you got the Bulls, the Nets, the Hornets, the Hawks, and the Magic. So in reality, the East has maybe 5 real playoff teams, and then obviously 3 other guys who are just going to make the playoffs because it's the Eastern Conference and it's super weak. So you have 5 real playoff teams and a bunch of terrible other teams in the Eastern Conference. This is a disaster for the East. It's terrible. I mean, losing LeBron, who is just, the feather in the hat of the conference, saying, you know what, we know that the West as a whole is better, but hey, it's okay. We have LeBron James. But now if you're the Eastern Conference, who do you center it around? Who is the focus right now in the East? Is it Ben Simmons and the 76ers? Is it Kyrie Irving and the Celtics? Is it DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry and the Raptors? Is it Victor Oladipo and the Pacers? The East right now is in complete flux because the great black hole of LeBron James is no longer there. And especially with LeBron and how much he's dominated the East, so many franchises and teams and prospective title contenders have just fallen under the foot of LeBron James. The Pacers with Paul George and Roy Hibbert. The big 3 Celtics completely died. The Hawks with Millsap and Horford completely vanished. Melo's Knicks, the Raptors over the past 5 years. LeBron has eaten all of them. And now with him gone, it's going to be very interesting to see how the Eastern Conference evolves and changes with LeBron in the West. But I want to know from you guys, how many titles will LeBron James win with the Lakers? Will he even win a single title with the Lakers? I think he'll end up with 1. I don't think it's going to be this year. I think the Lakers going into next season will end up being the title favorite once they have a full season of Kawhi and LeBron under their belt, plus a couple other 2019 free agent signings. But look, LeBron James going to the Lakers changes the entire landscape of the NBA again. There are very few people who could have an impact on a sport like LeBron James does. He is the sultan of the NBA. He is the dictator of basketball. The NBA still runs through LeBron James regardless of what conference he is in. And you can bet your biscuits that the Golden State Warriors are going to have a much more difficult run to the NBA title next season because LeBron James has decided to cut out the middleman and is telling you, look, I may not be able to beat you in the finals, but I might just make sure that you never get back there in the first place. So LeBron James, 4 years, $154 million, officially joins the Los Angeles Lakers and heads to Hollywood.